Real life street stars, man. We are back. We got a whole situation going on. Yes, Miss Megan the Milf, goddamn it, in the building, man. Wait, real quick, man, because we had first and foremost, welcome to the new spot.
Yeah.
You are actually the reason we decided like we cannot be in the old spot we was, and what's crazy. We was thugging out of the garage. You brought up with the whole TSF family for Sauce's birthday. Everyone was there. Everyone came, did the interview. Wood winning,
right.
Maserati. Everybody came through, man. After that, we're like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
We outgrew it.
And I want to start off by just asking you that itself. Like, you kind of seen even your team coming from the mud to reach successes to kind of, you know, start from the bottom literally,
right,
and get to a level of like, okay, wow, we're in, you know, Dubai or wherever.
Right.
How does that feel for you personally, as far as this journey that you've been on with the TSF family?
It feels great. It really does. I mean, I wish I could share. You know, like it really is a great feeling. I was just talking about that over the weekend. You know, how I'm able to see these guys go from, you know, everybody piling in the van or the Sprinter and going to a show, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, when I say pile up, like probably 20 of
I'm telling you,
the homeboys, you know, that, hey, we're down, you know, and throughout the years, you know, we grew, you know, Walk picked his, you know, artists, signed his artists, handpicked most of them.
Yeah.
And every one of us have just flourished, and we rise to new levels all the time.
Yeah, so, man, it's crazy because it's very rare you see the star who also is the CEO of his label, and he starts, like you said, handpicking artists,
right,
and seeing them shine as well,
right,
them getting booked for real features, their numbers going up to where, damn, everybody's getting to that level, and you're kind of in the back just making sure all of this happens.
Right.
For those that don't know, once again, man, tell them what is exactly Miss Megan's role in the TSF family.
Well, it kind of just depends what day it is, but what situation it is. But overall, I'm Miss Megan, and I just want to make sure that, you know, Sauce Walker and his situations are straight, you know, the business side of it. And so I just really make it happen, depending on what it is, what we're doing, you know, just mapping it out and, you know, getting us there. I've really seen, like, you know, a lot of our artists that have literally started from, you know, getting out of jail, you know, rise to a financial part in their, like, financial freedom almost, you know, like legally, you know. So it's, speaking of like Saucewood winning, you know, just being able to, you know, grow with him, reach new levels just with him, you know, I've really, to be able to go state to state and, you know, Walk does his thing in the studio, and, you know, he puts, you know, money in the other artists', you know, hands. People do features. Some of the artists don't even have albums out, you know, and they're getting paid features, you know, as a TSF artist. So just seeing the most unthinkable things happen, you know, good and bad, you know. So, but my role, yeah, I just play my role, whatever I need to be.
So I got to say, one of the more impressive signings was Sauce White. I think he's from, where's he from, Japan?
He's from Hiroshima, Japan.
Hiroshima, Japan. How did y'all even put that together? Because that, to me, that was one of the smartest moves, right?
Right. So Sauce White has been in contact with TSF for about 3 years before he came to the States. And when I say TSF, I mean he made it his business to know real TSF. And most of us have tats on our face. So, you know, everyone on Instagram with, you know, the TSF face tat, he made sure that he got, you know, built a relationship with them. And of course, he built a relationship with Sauce Walker. So a lot of times when Walk would be in the studio, we're like a 24-hour difference. So like Walk's in the studio and Sauce White's winding down for the day. So he's able to like stay on FaceTime for hours and just, you know, watch what's going on in the studio, you know, build a relationship with Walk, and to the point where when we got to New York this last time that we went, Walk told me, hey, I want to bring Sauce White to the States. And that's all he had to say.
That's crazy. I mean, for somebody to up and leave Japan and come to the United States.
Well, he had to get a visa.
Yeah.
So he got a visa, and we flew him into New York. We picked him up at the airport, and we, he drove. We actually drove to New York, as a team. We drive a lot. We don't fly too much. But then he drove back to, Texas with us, and he's fulfilled his visa of 3 months, and now he's back in Japan. But he is, just doing the visa and coming back.
Did y'all take him to either Onyx, V Live?
Yeah.
Did he sauce him down?
Oh.
Bugatti Casino said he own him now. He said Sauce White going crazy.
Oh, yeah, Sauce White, he's ready to come back to the States for sure.
Gotta spoil him now.
Yeah. But yeah, he was, he lived a dream, man. Yeah, he went to Johnny Dang's. He went to, definitely went to the strip club. I think he might have shot a video. He did make so much money just in features and videos,
Right.
And you don't really know what he's saying.
And I was gonna say that, but it sound like he going crazy
yeah.
though.
No? Well, okay, so yes. We learned to, our way of communicating, but yes, there is definitely a language barrier at times, but his girlfriend, Amber, she came down maybe a month or a little more than a month after he was here. So once she came, she speaks fluent English. So it was a lot, easier, but she was always a phone call away. So it was never really a problem, but he would call Walk, he calls Walk boss, and then he says my name, in his own way. So, that's pretty cool.
So it seemed like Peso was like they got closer. From the videos, at least, it looked like that way.
All of the TSF artists, though, are close to him.
That's dope.
But yeah, and like I said, we already had a relationship built, through the internet with him. So, but yeah.
I gotta ask you, so since the last time that we've had you on the channel, you went a little viral. And the reason you went viral is we had put on the title, and let me know if you feel we were egregious for, but you said, we're like, man, I didn't know what a P was.
Yeah.
And we put you next to Sauce, and I guess people just gravitated towards that, let me find out who this Miss Megan is, let me find out who Sauce Walka is. Were we out of line for that title right there?
It was the truth. I didn't know. I didn't know, nothing.
Definitely,
I still don't, but
and it's crazy because the comments and the love that you've been getting, as far as just again finding out who you are.
Right.
Man, it's been nothing but positive stuff, man. So
for sure.
Going through the comments, one of the comments from Rashad Dickerson says, Miss Megan is the truth. She really do a lot behind the scenes when it comes to Houston rap scene. You know what I'm saying? So people, I guess, recognize what you do for the scene, the scene in rap scene of Houston.
Right.
And that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But
and it's real. Years before the Sauce, I was in with the DJs and, getting the Go DJs together as a, solid coalition. But yeah, and to this day, I just did a recent showcase at South by Southwest.
Yes.
For artists to be seen and heard, not just my TSF artists to have a platform to perform, but, other artists that, want to perform.
Exactly. Because, the TSF family's on tour now.
We are.
I've been seeing them pop up pretty much on, almost in every state in, little small towns and stuff, and it's the crowds have been coming out, and the concert has been growing crazy. So if anybody been to a TSF concert, man, that's what you got to do.
Show up.
Yeah, how has that been for you as far as there was one situation in Dallas, then also right after that, you guys kind of ran South by Southwest, but even before that, New York. So how has it been just
before
traveling?
That, we had Oklahoma, Wichita. We get on the road, Denver.
How has that been not only for you but for the team?
It's great. It's great because we're always successful. We go out. And, we get out in these streets in the other cities or the studios and really work. When we leave, there's nothing but positive things that, the people can say. Like, I feel like, we inspire, people to be better.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Step your game up, like, you have to get out here and work. It's not just about recording a song, in the studio. It's about writing your lyrics. It's about, artwork. It's about the video. It's about TikTok, social media, like really putting a campaign around, some songs. You just can't keep making music and putting it out there. But yeah, so just being able to transition and go into other states and work. Like, I can go to New York and do a showcase. I can have a photo shoot. I can, do whatever I want. But that's because, that's building relationships.
And even now you're in Dallas. I'm sure you're out here on business. What's going on as far as in Dallas even right now?
So Friday I was here for the Power of the Music Conference or seminar. Definitely. And so I was a speaker on the panel, and it's just being able to be categorized in the music scene with top other music industry people is an honor. I'm proud of that.
Now, I got to ask you a question about that, because I was there, and I felt like all the big name players were there, but the artists weren't really there.
Right.
What would you say about that? Like, for artists that they're missing out on so much key information when they don't come to these type of things. Who would you put that blame on? Would you just put it on like they didn't see it maybe, or I don't know. For me, it was like, damn, everybody's here, but nobody's here.
Yeah, right. So kind of to take it back years and years ago, like I would do big conferences with Go DJ High C. We would go to different cities. Shout out High C, shout out Oak Cliff.
Right.
The first time I ever had grape Kool-Aid was with High C's mom in Oak Cliff, and it was delicious. I swear, I'll never forget. That's like 15 years ago. But yeah, we did these things, so now seeing, that replay, that's what it reminded me of. And now, like, with the people like myself that are up there, it's, it's such a great thing. I just feel like the internet, like some people that are putting on events or doing, trying to get a crowd from everywhere, you really have to have your social media game a campaign.
Yeah.
You really have to, it's bigger than you. Like, some of us older people, we have to depend on, a company or, other people on your team to really put together, strategize a campaign. I just can't stress it. But I feel like that's what it was missing was the social media presence.
Right.
Like getting the people there, like how, because I feel like South by Southwest, I mean, I literally put out my show like 4 or 5 days before the date.
Literally.
And I had over 12 artists that paid, to perform. And then I had over 30 artists that paid for the interview services. So they're out there. They want to get the info. It's just reaching them.
There you go. It's for someone who maybe doesn't have the charisma of a Sauce Walka or Woodwinning and things like that, and more laid back. What advice would you give them as far as, the charisma wins, with these young kids and TikTok and things like that, but when you're more old school, you're more laid back, you're more reserved, can that still make it in this game, do you feel? You said no.
It can't. You can't. You've got to know the internet. You've got to know digital marketing.
Yeah, that's facts.
It's so important.
As simple as that.
Simple as that. And I said, I'm living proof. Like,
definitely.
Even though I put a lot of legwork, grind, days and nights, I still got paid twice the amount of money that I, made off my OnlyFans in one day. Yeah. When I originally broke it, that I could have made in a half of a year. Like, so it's there, but the legwork is there too. You still have to do the legwork.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of legwork, Yeah. What are you still on OnlyFans?
I am.
Are you still pushing the Milf moniker? Because we still got our shirts.
Yes.
We still
I
still
just
support
ordered
the
my
brand.
second set, so now I'm on my third set actually. But I am like, so with that, it's it definitely.
You took a break for a minute though, didn't you?
I never took a break.
Okay, yeah, no
But-
breaks, no breaks.
Yeah, there's no breaks. It's just timing. When I get on the road with Sauce Walker and TSF, that's I kind of focus on, what we have going on as far as the music studios and stuff like that. And I'll sneak in a photo shoot here and there, But like my off time, you'll see I have new content that's coming out. Like as we speak, the past couple of days, I've been releasing some. So I'm, putting, things into perspective and really, making it work full time because, it really still pays me. I have real fans out there.
Facts.
That's just what it is.
Your fans on the OnlyFans, they probably seen you, of course, with Babi, of course, and where we see that she just recently had a child. I'm assuming the baby has been born and everything of that nature.
A big, healthy, beautiful baby.
Yeah, I would say how was that for you as far as just were you hands on with her? Were you because
Right.
you already like from what it looks like you already have like a mature like a maternity role with her.
For sure. So we were actually in New York at the time, and Walk did he did go home for this the birth. So I pretty much kept, stayed in New York to hold that down. We still had our team.
Yeah.
We had two Maybachs, Cadillac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had, I got to hold it down. So
there you go.
But but it's nothing but love, of course. Family, babies.
Man, there you go.
I'm all about that.
Now I gotta ask you, I think Sauce had lost his page.
Right.
For just a little bit there.
For like 4 months.
4 months. 4 months. And
Right.
how, just for you seeing that behind the scenes of that,
Right.
how damaging is that for an artist to have a lot of his business going through, social media, and then for someone like a Mark Zuckerberg or anyone to take that away? Because Boosie seemed like he's going through it every other day.
Right.
How when you see that firsthand, how is that? Like when you see from the behind the scenes, the business part of things?
So yeah, that's really easy to kind of answer because to me, personally, it was a break that Sauce Walker needed.
Oh, wow.
That's me personally, right?
Wow, okay, yeah.
It just happened. When I tell you, we're just so fortunate to be such a strong movement that it, people might not have hit him up to do his commercials or things, and took mental notes of that for sure.
There you go. Taking names.
A lot of mental notes for taking. But as a person and as who he is in his movement, it didn't affect us. Like we would worry, all of us worried, oh God. But we really came together Pesto, everyone, and just would post him or keep him, just alive through the internet. And then we finally, he let us make no IG Sauce Walker page. And he did like 100,000 in one day.
Facts.
But it just really helped. For me, it was a good feeling for him. Hey, you can do it without Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we all need to learn. Like Instagram is the devil.
Yeah, there you go. Talk to him.
The devil.
The devil incarnate.
Okay? It really is. Like if we as a whole could come up with a platform that was not controlled by the controls of Instagram, I would probably sleep just a little bit better at night. Someone like myself, I would be worried if I lost my Instagram because, I feel like that's where a lot of my, situations take place. But with Walk, he has millions and millions. He's all over platforms. I'm trying to get there. Yeah,
he was verified. He was over
for
millions.
Sure.
Yeah.
I bet it takes a lot to take a verified account down.
Yeah.
Shit, Boosie.
Yeah. And
Did he get on TikTok? Was he on TikTok heavy afterwards, or just kind of like nah?
no, he just kind of took a break.
So when he He resurrected.
He resurrected. So,
Yeah.
so we were driving to our tour in Denver from, forgot for a second where we were coming from, but we were driving, man, through the mountains. And all of a sudden, we realized he got his page back. So we pulled over, and he was asleep in the car. So I'm like, hey, Walk, you got your page back. He's like, what? Yeah. So behind him was a cemetery.
Talk about it.
So he rose from the dead.
Yeah, man, he turned it up just like that. That's perfect. For him, like he's like, hey, man, listen, the cost goes up for him to promote any kind of businesses. I want you to tell people, for those that don't know, why it's very important to get Sauce Walka to, help you whatever campaign you got going on, and why it's worth paying whatever he's asking. Just let them know exactly why it's worth that.
Well, it's kind of simple. You get the results.
Yeah.
You get the results you're looking for, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
like social media, viral. He's an entertainer.
Yeah, man.
So on spot, he never pre-writes anything or nothing. It's just on site. You tell me what you want, and I come up with it.
Do it from what you see. Do it be in one take? Can he get all that in one take, or
usually?
Damn, man, this guy right here.
I gotta. What is your favorite Sauce Walka feature? Because I be feeling like he be spazzing out on features.
So the features are funny because people pay $20,000, $30,000 to get a Sauce Walka feature. We get in the studio, and it takes him 5 minutes to do his verse. And he's out of there.
Hey, wait. Because it takes him so quick, do you think someone might feel like, damn, I just wanted to hang out with him for a little bit longer? Shit, I didn't pay $20,000.
And we're like, get you some pictures, get you a video. I mean,
listen, there should be a disclaimer.
Out of here.
There should be a disclaimer that comes with that. I'm gonna knock this hoe out within 10 minutes. Just FY, you don't got to book no 4 or 5 hours. We're gonna be in.
Right.
20 bands for 30 minutes ain't a bad deal.
No.
You ever think about just jumping in the booth? Fuck it, it's all it takes.
Yeah. No, yes, I've definitely thought about it, and a little rap might be coming.
Man, listen. Oh yeah, let us know how much a Miss Megan feature costs. We might pay the cost. We might pay the cost.
You can pay the cost.
Man, how does it feel? I seen Sauce, man. He was at the Houston Rockets game, man. Drip God. They called him out in front of thousands. How does it feel to see him getting the love that from years ago that you knew he had it in him? They were showing him love, but this is now.
They weren't showing him love.
Yeah, they weren't showing him. Yeah, let's talk about it. They weren't really showing him love like that. That wasn't happening to where
he had
now.
to prove himself over and over.
Yeah, how does that feel to see that where middle of the Houston Rockets game, halftime?
Oh, it's great. And the fact that he left South by Southwest, went to throw out the halftime, and came back and met his obligation.
Oh, damn,
at
that's
12:50 in the morning to perform at South stage.
Yeah, that's a hard man.
So it's like we've come such a long way, and but it's a great feeling. I'm proud.
Definitely. If it was, I see you got the Bapes on.
I do.
If it was between him and Soulja Boy, who put Bapes on more, who would you say?
Of course, Sauce Walka. I mean, we picked up 127 pair of Bapes at at Donnie at Private Stock in Austin.
Yeah.
That was just one time. He has everything, babe.
Yeah. So you already know what it is.
Right.
I want you to touch on the situation that was posted, man, in Lubbock, man. The team was out there. We just advised as far as from what how you took it. How everything that happened on the road, and for those that may not know, you could go to Miss Megan's story.
Right.
Her G.
Yep. So basically, we spend a lot of time on the road. We travel, so we run into different situations, and they're handled accordingly, right? But this situation kind of happened really fast. We just pulled in to Lubbock, Texas, to the club or the venue that we were performing at. And Sauce Wood Winning, jumped out the car to get something from our other brother, Doughboy Sauce.
Shout out, Doughboy.
Yep. And came back to the car, and the police were behind him. And at that point, the video's on my page, but it was, it could have went bad, but, Wood handled it very respectfully to the officer, but the officer was really trying to find a reason to go there or you know.
Now,
So yeah, I mean it's really fucked up.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
I have to experience, you know, I have to
Right.
reassure the guys that, you know, here I, you know, the officer was Caucasian.
Right.
You know, so it's like, it's a challenge, you know, like it's not our first time.
Yeah, when you see things like that and like Rolling Loud and like, you know, these artists, they go perform and they get off and they get arrested or they get harassed, like, does it take the fun out of it a little bit? Like,
Yeah. It does. It definitely does.
do they, you know, like you said, going to these small towns, you're traveling, you pretty much stay on the road. Do they try to, like, if something, cause you know, you got, these guys look away to where someone almost in a small town.
At the gas station.
Yeah, at a gas station. You got, okay,
You
these
got a
guys.
Maybach.
Yeah, come on, you got a Maybach. You got
a
all this
G-Wagon,
jewelry.
you
They
got
might even wear the jewelry,
Escalade.
but yeah, it's like, do they try to grab you and pull you to like do all the talking for them? Like, hey, Miss Megan, handle this.
No, they pretty, it's just kind of funny. I kind of go behind them.
Okay.
And walk into situations. But I mean, the guys are really respectable guys, so we're not looking for problems, you know. But you know, but if somebody were want to feature, do something with Walk, of course, you know, hey, Miss Megan. But you know, when we stop at gas stations, people recognize us.
Yeah. Had some QR codes.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask, you know, it should be a TV show. Before we even talk, you know, I want to talk to you about what you should be doing on TV, but TSF in New York should be its own show.
Yeah.
To be honest, what something that happened out there in New York? Could you touch on as far as that may not have been seen on camera? Because New York in itself is a monster.
Oh, yeah.
And so much stuff happens all day. Like, can you is there any stories you can tell that happened that wasn't on camera that it's probably like, wow, these guys are really just going through?
So, yeah, I mean, all kinds of stuff. But we were stopped by the police like 6 different times.
Jeez.
Where we all had to get out of the vehicle. They had to search the car, you know, looking for guns. One time it was pouring down rain and, you know, we're just getting drenched. Then Airbnbs, you know, just we had in New Jersey, we had a situation where
I'm sure.
the neighborhood that we booked in was an all-white neighborhood, and the neighbors, they didn't understand,
Immediately.
you know,
Sure,
our situation. So the Airbnb offered to give us all of our money back and then some to leave, but Sauce Walker wasn't going for that.
Oh, to leave, to
leave.
get out early, like.
Yeah,
oh,
we're gonna give you back the money plus some. Just leave. Then my neighbors are tripping, like.
Wow, wow. He said we're still not. How does
But
that
we
feel?
didn't leave. Like we stayed.
Yeah, we're gonna stay.
Yeah,
That's what I would have did too.
yeah.
Like, no, hey, listen,
Right.
we have a bigger problem on our hands.
Right.
How does it feel to see like, you know, New York is a big gun state as far as, you know, that's where most rappers, whenever they have you know, carrying a firearm, probably get in the most trouble. How was that for them to kind of be searching, like, you know, doing what they can do to say, I know y'all got guns on you, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
How does that feel to see that happening, like, almost to where, like, you worried about them almost planning something on you? Because it's like, you just don't know how it goes out here.
And you just have to have faith in God.
There you go.
At that point.
There you go.
Because those kind of questions, you know, go through my head.
Yeah.
You know, like, because they don't play fair. You know, I don't know if I spoke on it before, but our first time we went to New York, the NYPD took over $60,000 of Sauce Walker's money when they pulled him he got pulled over, and I had to file a lot of paperwork and different stuff to get the money back. And when we got it back, it was 50. They had kept 10.
Oh wow!
The
Yeah.
arresting officer. So. I mean, yeah, so, you know, we've been through it, but we still keep going,
Like
you
you
know?
said, yeah,
like,
the faith.
I mean, we go Harlem, Brooklyn, I mean, all of them, like the zones, you know, like, hey, we've been there, we've shot videos there, they love us. So,
There you go.
New York is great.
There you go.
We did Drip Spill, we did 2 albums, and the album with him and Busta Rhymes has not come out yet. So we still have.
Yeah.
No, he has one song with Busta.
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah.
But it's on another album.
Were you present when they had their meeting and they kind of linked up, whatever, Busta?
Yeah, in the studio. So through that time period, I had went home to Houston.
Okay.
My mom had passed away, so I had left, and but I was there in spirit.
In spirit, yeah, to see that happen.
To see, yeah, like
man, it's like
the videos that went viral, like Busta really like cried, hug and Walk.
That's facts.
His son is Walk's favorite rapper.
Wow.
Busta Rhymes.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, him being away in New York.
Word in the street. People know. Like, we did a whole album with Dillinger. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him. But, and that's the album with Busta. He's on it. But shout out to Sweet Chicks. It's a restaurant. I don't know if y'all have ever been to New York. Nas owns it, and also a guy named Alex. Sweet Chicks. Yeah. It's so good. Wow. But yeah, I mean, we had great experience in New York. Can't wait to go back.
So it's like, it feels like every time TSF goes anywhere, y'all get a lot of shit accomplished, or at least it looks that way online. Is that like just politicking, or just through the streets that people know each other? What is that like, to where it's
well, social media, then the streets, the studios. Like, we pull in, we want to know what studios are around, and them studios get to talking.
Oh yeah, smart. See, some people they want to check in with who's the OGs or who's the biggest, whatever's. Let me check in who's the biggest studios, and let's go live from there.
Yeah,
we working. And
we bring our producers. So we have producers with us. We have the whole team.
We
just need studio, and a lot of times, like Samurai, Ice, they bring the equipment for a studio in the Airbnb.
Oh man, look at that! So stay working.
They just work.
Stay working, man. I'm curious for you and your eyes in Houston. Who are you looking out at outside of TSF family, of course? Whether male rappers, but even female rappers. Who kind of has your attention a little bit, if you have time to even pay attention? Yeah.
Lolita.
Okay.
So that's Zero. Zero.
Yeah,
shout out to Zero.
Shout out
Deep
Ro.
Entertainment. His artist that he's bringing out right now.
Definitely.
So, she's a female artist coming up.
Definitely, Lolita.
And I don't even know besides.
That's good enough right there. I mean, that's good enough right there. Of course, you just did the conference here in Dallas. We just left side by side. Where you stay busy. What is next for you as far as you personally?
Right.
And TSF, as far as we're about to hit the second quarter, summer's coming.
Right.
It's about to be crazy.
So we are finishing our tour. We get back on the road next week, and it'll end in Houston April 30th. Okay. And then so in March I'm gonna take some time off. It's my birthday month. Yeah, I plan on.
You need the beach. Where's the beach?
Getting some sun and spending time with my grandkids and my daughters.
There you go.
And building, my content.
Do people put respect on your name now? Like when they see you, are they more, as the years go on and what you've been doing?
Right.
Do they look at you more like, Goddess Megan?
Right. So I feel like in life, I've always been able to get the respect, like with my name. Now it's a different level of people knowing you,
Yeah.
And can't really explain it, but it's cool. Like I feel like people respect me. I don't really have to deal with disrespect or. There's, I'm sure, haters on the internet, but I don't feed into that or try to read any. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I will say this, man. Hip hop has been around since like the 70s. It's almost like the WWF, whatever, where there's like the artist and there's like the manager that used to walk the stage with them, that be, the pallbearer or whatever.
Right.
And I think you honestly will go down in history when it comes to this hip hop thing as well. One of those manager PR people that was on somebody's side to really rise up an artist in the culture, really. So, after the Switch House era, the drip era came, and you're right there. So, I mean, I see you on that Mount Rushmore, man. I don't see no difference.
Thank you.
With that being said, for those that do want to get at you, man, follow you, see what's going on with Miss Megan on the OnlyFans, on the IGs, as long as they don't take it away. How can they
Yeah.
follow you? How can they follow you?
They can follow me on Instagram, Miss Megan, MISS 4_ MEGANN. And you can follow my Milf page, Miss Megan the Milf, all
Yep.
one word. And click the link in the bios.
How much are you charging now for a subscription?
It's $30 a month.
It's worth it, fellas.
It
Stop
is.
tripping.
Netflix subscription. All right, let's get it.
It's a worldwide community. It's a worldwide community. There you go. Any shout outs you want to give? Ooh. Any shout outs you want to give?
I just shout out to everybody that like supports me and believes in me and, you know, just keeps me going.
There you go. As simple as that, man. Well, you already know what it is, man. She came back. She never get too lit to forget. She always touches in with us, man. Miss Megan the MILF, you are a real life street star. We salute it. Hey.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.